So episode 10 was kind of awesome. And when I mean awesome, I mean I freaking loved it. We got to see so many cool aspects of AOT, like Isayama's weird but honestly hilarious comedic timing, Mikasa's crest, I almost said chest, which that would be weird, and they cut out that crest from the anime originally, and they added it back, and as well an interesting shift in Eren's character to supporting Zeke's plan, which will kind of be the focus of this video among other topics. What else will this video focus on, you may ask? Cats. Adorable cats, because we all need some cats in our life. So here are some cats. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment your thoughts on the video. Let's go ahead, get right into it. Let's go. First off, y'all, Mikasa is the long-lost descendant that was, at one point, the ruler of Hizuru. That's actually kind of bonkers. One could even say that's Pogwater. I said that. But here is the thing, and this is really cool for me. I went back in my old-ass volume of AOT, which, if you don't know the full story about, I did a video on that a while back. It'll be the first link in the description. But this volume of manga is the series that got me back into anime. So, anyways, I went back to this manga because they actually cut Mikasa's crest out of the anime. But it still remains there in the manga, of course. And this is a huge detail that's missing. And instead of that crest being in the anime, it's seen in the embroidery Mikasa's mom has in the first season. So guys, this is actually one of the few retcons we've seen in AOT, which by the way, if there are any more that you guys know about, please share in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. But anyways, this is really big for Mikasa, as now her standing in this anime changes so much. Mikasa, throughout a lot of this series, has obviously been the character that is badass, no nonsense, takes no gruff, and gives hell to her enemies. You know, best girl Mikasa. But now I have so many theories for how her character will end up by the end of the series. One is, the possible ruler of a whole nation. That's right. While I'm not too sure how this even works yet, since it's just introduced in this episode, but since Mikasa is the long-lost descendant of Hizuru, it makes me wonder if there is the possibility of her being in a central political position within it. This could be game-changing, more than it already has, because the implications of this is that Mikasa now has a say in what Hizuru may do in the future. And if that's the case, then it's obvious Paradis has themselves some invaluable allies. Although I must admit, Lady Mikasa has an oddly nice ring to it, and if this does turn out to be the case, then it gives Mikasa her own role and arc in the story rather than just a walking Terminator to protect Eren, and I'm boiling that down a little bit. Guys, I know there's more depth to this girl, but Mikasa to me was always a fascinating character because of that mysterious Ackerman lineage. Both Levi and Mikasa are both interesting because of that aspect. And I also think she's just kind of cool as hell. But hey, we got a lot of shipping fans out there happy in this episode. Historia fans no doubt freaked when these two interact with each other. So yeah, as a side note, apparently this was a thing. I didn't know until recently, but people really want to see Historia and Mikasa together. But much like every ship in AOT, it'll probably sink horribly and kill everything in the process, which brings me to another point, and that's the whole Historia and Eren thing I've been seeing as of late. Even DJ Miles in one of his most recent videos talked about this, and we also mentioned it briefly in the King of Anime podcast. But I do want to bring it up here since everyone is talking about it. I think that the whole Historia and Eren thing has some merit to it, in particular with how they've interacted so many times throughout the series that really suggests that this is a pairing that has been teased throughout the whole series. But I think for more reasons other than just having a ship to tease the fans, of course. While I don't think Eren is the father of Historia's child, I do think that it is weird and oddly specific how Eren was so protective of Historia throughout the whole series until the current timeline in which Eren is now on board with the very plan that he couldn't even fathom accepting. I think the reason Eren is so on board with this plan now is because Eren has his own plan that he's kept hidden that requires such precision that it may make him enemies to his friends, and plenty of other sacrifices he'll probably have to make on top of that. If this is true, this could indeed redeem Eren somewhat and give a rhyme to his reason of joining the side of Zeke, because I find it very hard that Eren would flip like that unless there is somewhat of a good reason. Which brings me to what Connie said. Now Connie asked the group their thoughts on how Eren reacted to Sasha's death, and many people brought up in my comment section that Connie and the others, they could have just misinterpreting things with Eren. This is important to bring up because we have literally no clue why Eren would flip to this plan he disagreed with so much. Maybe Eren sees a path that nobody else quite sees yet because the puzzle pieces to put it together would be too much to swallow for them. I don't know. It could be. it's also important to bring up Hanji and the inner turmoil she's facing, which is filling the shoes of Erwin. This right here is one of the reasons I love Attack on Titan, and that's this kind of character development that interweaves into so many different plots and arcs. Hanji being named commander by Erwin is a huge moment, but Hanji now has experienced firsthand that this job ain't easy, and it's weighing on her mind, though she probably had an idea before even taking up the job. Not just the job itself, but as well what it means to be the next in line after the great leader that Eren was. Both of them respected each other so much, and because of that respect, Hanji had a dilemma here. It's much more difficult from her perspective to be as good as he was. She's right to have those doubts, though. It's not every day you're named commander of the scouts, and it's not every day you're essentially a main figure in humanity's survival, or well, at least Paradis's. Though I do think Hanji is the right fit for the job. The work that Erwin has laid out for Hanji is a lot, but really, if you think about it, Hanji just kind of has to follow through. What will make Hanji a great leader is if she can take what she's learned from Erwin and then just follow through it to bring Paradis and its people to freedom. Then you have Zeke and Azumabito's involvement in this episode, which basically boiled down to making babies. That's a joke. In reality, that's only a part of the plan, as Zeke has 3 needs for this. 1, they must test the rumbling. 2, Hizuru's cooperation. And 3, the founding titan and a titan of royal blood must be passed down. These are demands which have really interesting ramifications. For one, the rumbling is essentially created by the millions of titans which form the walls around Paradis. But what I found even more compelling is that with the ever-evolving nature of anti-titan weapons, it seems the rumbling is just one of the few things Paradis has left in their arsenal. So with that in play, even the rumbling may not be enough on its own to win, which if that's the case, what more needs to be done? Well, then you also have Hizuru's side in this. While they want cooperation, it seems that, at least for the side of Azumabito's, that they do this solely for profit. And if that's the case, then is there no loyalty with the Azumabitos? Even to Mikasa? But a loyalty for profit? As Yelena said, the Azumabitos are money grubbers, and so far Yelena and the anti-Marleyan volunteers have shown at every step so far that they are ready to back up and protect Paradis's best interests. Also, as a side note, that 3DO gear Zeke gave to Azumabito, that's actually Mike's gear. Just thought that was a neat little detail. As for the last demand, we see that this is given into even though Eren doesn't want to do it initially. But what happens is something that makes me realize everyone is miserable in AOT. Nobody's happy right now. Historia, essentially, as the child of the farmer she was bullied by as a kid. From here on out, the nice and friendly Historia we know with the bright and cheery faces is so much more dark and emotionless than ever before. To think all of she's already gone through, and now she looks this way? I don't know. I think something is up with the way everyone seems to be so depressed lately. Maybe it's the whole weight of war on the mind and how in the coming months they could all be dead and Paradis extinguished. Or maybe Historia's Hot Pockets got burned in the microwave. It could be anything. Now, it's not like people in AOT weren't depressed already. AOT isn't the happy anime with K-On! Characters running around eating cake and drinking tea, though I won't lie, seeing Levi and the Light Music Club would be hella funny. Someone should do fan art of that. Though, while we're not quite at the end of the video, we will have a special announcement for the end, so stick around. We got an interesting conversation about who will inherit Eren's Attack Titan to be sort of the last major topic in the video. I actually put up a poll on my community tab asking this question, and as you can see, people really wanted Jean to win this poll. Also, I kept Sasha in because, hey, I love Sasha. What do you want from me, people? You want me to take Sasha out of here? I refuse. Anyways, this is an important discussion, as I myself do think Jean is the most fit for being the next Titan Shifter, but as Eren said, none of them will get it as they're all too precious to him, which I do believe to be his true thoughts on this. Eren, while laughing during Sasha's death and so on, I do think that he doesn't want them to be turned into Titans so they can live longer. But that is the thing. AOT is a long and winding road, except this time, all roads lead to despair. How fun. Hold up! Don't click off. Extremely important announcement. I want to do weekly streams of games on my channel, so I need you guys to put in the comments what games you'd like me to stream. It could be anything. Top comment, I'll buy it and I'll stream it. No lie, I'll do it. I swear I'll do it. So be sure to recommend a game, as well as subscribe and ring the bell to never miss a video, community tab post, or a picture of my cat. You could also become a Patreon member for my new and approved Patreon page coming soon. Screen near you. Thank you guys for watching. Keep safe out there, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.